cadets march really well, don't they, class?
Yes, they must have spent long hours practicing to perfect their form.
Not a single cadet could be seen going out of line.
What's more, the distances between lines are maintained, and the lines go in the same directions.
That's right. From your geometry lessons, what kind of lines do they represent?
I know, they're like parallel lines.
That's right, Sen. Today, we will learn about the equations of parallel as well as perpendicular lines. Can you recall what we used to describe the direction of non-vertical line?
Do you mean like upward or downward?
I mean, something that we use to determine if two lines are inclined in the same direction.
Inclination? Would that be the slope?
How can we use the slope to determine the direction of the line?
Well, I recall that a positive slope means that a line rises from left to right, while a negative slope indicates a line which is inclined to the left.
Also, the bigger the slope, the steeper the line is.
Then how do you think the slopes of parallel lines are related?
I think they must be equal since they have the same direction.
Okay, now let's see if you're right. Can you help me find the slopes of these parallel lines?
Line M passes through the points 0, -1, and 1, 1, so the slope is 2.
Line N contains the 2 points, -1, 1, and 1, 5. So the slope is also 2.
I was right. The slopes are indeed equal.
Yes, you are right. So now, we know that parallel lines have equal slopes. Let's apply this to this problem. Find the equation of a line which passes through the point 2, -1 and is parallel to the line 2x minus 3y plus 6 equals 0.
Since the lines are parallel, the slopes of the two lines are equal. We must find the slope of the second line.
We can transform the equation to the slope-intercept form by solving for y in terms of x.
Okay, who will do it?
Let me! The slope of the line is 2/3, so this is also the slope of the line we want.
Okay, so we know the slope. What else do we need to find the equation?
If we know the slope, we can use either the point slope form or the slope intercept form. I know the given line passes through the point 2, -1, so we can use the point slope form. Can I solve for the equation, Miss Michelle?
Sure, go ahead.
The equation of the line is 2x minus 3y minus 7 equals 0.
Well done. Let's have another problem. Let the coordinates 8, 10, 2, 4, and -4, 2 be consecutive vertices of a parallelogram. Find the coordinates of the fourth vertex. What do we know about a parallelogram?
A parallelogram has two pairs of parallel opposite sides.
Then these parallel sides must have equal slopes.
Yes, but which sides do we use to find the fourth vertex?
Arwin, we must use the sides containing the unknown point.
Why don't we label the vertices so we can refer to the sides?
Good suggestion, Jay. Let's say A has the coordinates 8, 10, B, 2, 4, and C, -4, 2. What about the fourth point?
How about point D with the coordinates x and y?
Alright then, so we have the parallelogram ABCD. Which sides are parallel?
AB is parallel to DC and BC is parallel to AD.
What do we do now?
We'll equate the slopes of the parallel sides. For AB and DC, we have the slope of AB equals the slope of DC. Then, 10 minus 4 over 8 minus 2 equals y minus 2 all over x minus -4 equals 1, which gives us y minus 2 equals x plus 4. Therefore, x minus y is equal to negative 6.
We have two unknowns, but we only have one equation.
We still have a second pair of parallel sides. For BC and AD, we get slope of BC equals slope of AD. That gives us 4 minus 2 over 2 minus negative 4 equals 10 minus y over 8 minus x equals 2/6, or in simplest terms, 1/3. Then it gives us 8 minus x equals 30 minus 3y. Then x minus 3y equals negative 22.
The two equations form a linear system. Miss Michelle, may I solve it?
Go ahead, Joseph.
Subtracting the second from the first gives 2y equals 16, which gives us y equals 8. Then, we substitute the value of y to the equation x minus y equals 6, giving us 8 minus 6 equals 2. Thus, the coordinates of D are 2, 8.
Very good, Joseph. Let's now turn our attention to the perpendicular lines. From your geometry course, when are two lines perpendicular?
Two lines are perpendicular if their intersection forms a right angle.
Can you give real-life examples that represent perpendicular lines?
How about two intersecting streets?
Some of these lines are perpendicular, but not all. You can try looking at the street maps to see that this is so.
A vertical and a horizontal edge of a wall that meet at a corner are perpendicular.
Yes, that's right. We shall study how the equations of two lines perpendicular to each other are related. Let's go back to the equation we had earlier. 2x minus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0, which we know passes through the point 2, negative 1. Who can draw this line on the board?
Let me do it.
All right, Dancel. But first, explain to the class how you will do it.
Well, 2 points determine a line. And we already know that coordinates 2, negative 1 is on the line. So all I have to do is find one more point and connect the two.
And how are you going to find a second point?
It's not easy to plot this point since y is not an integer. So I'm going to choose another value. If I choose x equals negative 1, I will get 2x minus 3y minus 7 equals negative 2 minus 3y minus 7 equals 0, or 3y equals negative 9, and hence y equals negative 3.
What is the slope of this line?
Using the 2 points, the slope would be equal to 2/3.
Now, I need somebody to draw a line through 2, negative 1, which is perpendicular to the given line.
I want to try.
Go ahead, Jay. What's the slope of the second line?
We see that the point 0, 2 is on the line. We can compute the slope using this point and 2, negative 1. This will give us negative 3/2.
So how are the slopes of the perpendicular lines related?
They have opposite signs, one positive and the other negative.
Aside from that, what do you notice about the numerical values of the slopes?
The numerator of one is the denominator of the other, and vice versa.
Good observation. As pointed out by Arwin and Joseph, the slopes of two lines perpendicular to each other are negative reciprocals.
Negative reciprocals? What does that mean?
The product of the two numbers that are reciprocals for each other is 1. For negative reciprocals, the product is negative 1.
Oh, just like 2/3 and negative 3/2. When multiplied, their product is negative 1.
Yes, that's right.
Miss Michelle, does that mean that every time we have two intersecting lines whose slopes are negative reciprocals, they will be perpendicular?
That's a good question, Maurice. Why don't we investigate? If I want to draw a line with a given slope, what do I have to do?
We need to start with either a point on the line or its y-intercept. We can use the slope to locate another point, and the line can then be drawn.
Okay then, I want two students to draw two intersecting lines with the following slopes, negative 3 and 1/3, and negative 3/4 and 4/3.
I'll do the first.
Then I'll work on the second. I can start with any point, right, Miss Michelle?
Yes, that's right. After drawing the lines, measure the angle between them using the protractor.
Angle QPR is a right angle, so the lines PQ and PR are perpendicular.
I got the same result. Angle BAC measures 90 degrees. So lines AB and AC are perpendicular as well.
Well, Maurice, now we can have an answer to your question. Can you give a statement that summarizes what we have shown about perpendicular lines?
Two intersecting non-vertical lines are perpendicular if the product of their slopes is negative 1 and conversely.
Well done, Maurice. Let's apply what we learned to this problem. Find an equation of the line which is perpendicular to the line 2x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0, and which crosses the y-axis 2 units below the origin.
The slope of the line must be the negative reciprocal of the given line. If we solve for y in the given equation, we get y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. So the slope of this line is negative 2.
Then the line perpendicular to it has a slope of 1/2.
What else do we need to form the equation?
Since the slope is known, we can use either the point slope or the slope intercept form.
But we don't know either of this. How do we get them?
Why don't we look at what else is given in the problem?
The line crosses the y-axis 2 units below the origin. But how does this give us? Oh, I see. The point 2 units below the origin is 0, negative 2. We can use the point slope form.
Very good, Arwin. Now, who would like to solve for the equation of the second line?
I want to try it.
Go ahead then.
The line has the equation x minus 2y plus 4 equals 0 in its general form.
I think we can also get the equation using the slope-intercept form.
Why do you say that?
Since the line intersects the y-axis at 0, negative 2, the y-intercept is negative 2, and we can use the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Since the slope is equal to 1/2 and the y-intercept is equal to negative 2, we get y equals 1/2 x minus 2, or 2y equals x minus 4 if we remove the fraction. This equation is equivalent to the one obtained by Sen.
Yes, well done, Jay. This shows once more that there may be more than one way of solving a problem. Now let's try another problem. Show that the triangle ABC, where A has the coordinates 1, 3, B, 6, 5, and C, 3, negative 2, is a right triangle.
I know what to do. Since one of the angles must be a right angle, we need to show that two sides are perpendicular.
But how do we know which two sides?
We can try all of them.
Why don't we draw the triangle first, so we can see which angle seems to be the right angle?
Why didn't I think of that? May I draw the figure, Miss Michelle?
Sure, Joseph.
It looks like A is the right angle.
Then, AB must be perpendicular to AC.
Let's check together then, shall we? We have what we need, don't we? Now, we know that ABC is indeed a right triangle.
This is cool. We did not even use the Pythagorean theorem.
Today's math lesson was very interesting. We were able to combine geometry with algebra.
Yes, and I'm itching to work on Miss Michelle's assigned exercises. They look interesting.
Come on, Jay. You can do that at home. Why don't you join us for a few laps at the pool?
Okay. But make sure to swim parallel to your lane dividers. You tend to cross over my lane.
Shall I compute the slope of my path to do that?